Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I have done messed up already. I was supposed to put the apron on before the ropes. You probably ain't hearing this anyway. This is all probably time-lapsed at this point. What is happening, my fellow peeps and peepettes? Welcome back to the Spotlight Reviewing Station. I've had to change some things up here in order to make this video just right. And I know what you guys are thinking. What exactly is going on here? Haven't you already reviewed this item? Yes, recently I did, but I gotta tell you guys, in all honesty, I didn't like the way it turned out, so I'm redoing it. Hopefully this one will be much more concise. It will be explained as best as possible without any stuttering. Hopefully I get everything in this review this time around, because in the previous take on this, I wasn't able to review the Kenny Omega figure that comes exclusive with the set, only because it was a long, dragged out video. Too much to explain, and I want to go back and redo this one more time for the benefit of making this so much easier for you guys to digest, because for me, man, this was a lot to go through and I just hurled at the very end. Anyway, this is once again the authentic full-scale ring produced by Wicked Cool Toys, which is under the banner of Jazwares nowadays. Anyway, this is our All Elite Wrestling ring that we have long anticipated ever since the announcement of the Unrivaled collection by Wicked Cool Toys. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging as partake of every single video review on this channel, up close in your face. And that's probably the best that I can do for that portion of the video. I know everybody loves it when I do that, so hopefully that came out pretty well. But let's go ahead and get to it. So this is the promotional image that they were showcasing for the authentic scale ring that we have here for your viewing pleasure. And then of course we got some action figures from Series 1 mixed with Series 2 here. Like for instance the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix come in Series 2. They are not available at the moment. They are available for pre-order though at ringsidecollectibles.com. Anyway, we have Nick Jackson, Mac Jackson, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, about to get jumped on by Chris Jericho, who just jumped off the turnbuckles. Right. This is a beautiful packaging. It's got some gold foil here for AEW and the authentic scale ring. We got the exclusive logo for Ringside Collectibles, letting you know that this is only available at Ringside Collectibles. And also the exclusive Kenny Omega figure would be right here, but he's already been removed from the packaging, and we will take a look at him soon enough in this video. So let's go through a little more details about this. It is 22 by 22 inches. It is flexible. The ropes are authentic AEW details, fabric ring skirt, and of course the rubber turnbuckles, which are much easier to assemble rather than the previous release for their Mattel WWE products, because this isn't the first rodeo that this company has done for an authentic scale ring. They have quite the history with the WWE line. So we're going to go ahead and move to the back of the packaging here, where it is the same images. Well, actually no, it's not. It's really different here. On the back they're all performing different stunts here. Like Nick and Mac Jackson are in the air, Chris Jericho's in the ring, the Lucha Brothers are on the side of the ring, and Kenny Omega's on the outside. That's definitely different from the front of the packaging. And there is one thing that I do want to make mention in this video early, just so we got it out of the way. As you can see in the back of the packaging here, the AEW logo that's supposed to be printed on the ring mat, which it isn't, is not there. It is not present on the back of this shot here, where if you look at the front, it does have the AEW logo in the middle of the ring printed on the mat. So it was a running change that they did, but it is actually accurate to what the ring looks like today. So that's again a running change that I'm glad they made that decision, because it makes it more accurate. And speaking of accuracy, check that out. This ring does have the official TNT logo stamped all around it on the ring apron, and I can't wait to show you guys what this thing looks like in all of its glory. But that's about it. There really isn't that much else to really say here, except watch AEW Dynamite Wednesday nights on TNT. Of course. Anyway, that's going to do it for this box here. We're going to go ahead and open this sucker, or should I say we're going to reopen it now, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop out all the contents here. I've just got to go about reassembling the ring, putting everything back together. So I've already taken the liberty of, putting the turnbuckles on, and, I've got that one issue with the one ring post here, which I will explain in this video. And then we got our set of instructions here. And then we've got some more cardboard here that pretty much keeps all this very secured inside the box, right? So, since I've got the hinges all set up on this ring here, all we gotta do is fold it out like so. And then I'll take all the bag of parts and the ring mat, and there's the apron here, which we're gonna take a look at in just a minute. The ring steps, I'll go ahead and assemble those like so. There we go. Alright. And this is the box, or should I say the tray that Kenny Omega came in. Yes, I'll be keeping that too. Back in the box it goes. Alright, so I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and reassemble this thing real quickly here. And also the turnbuckle pads and the posts. It's all set and ready to go. The only reason I put them back in the bag is so when I put this back in the box, they don't go moving around underneath the ring and they don't get scratched up, which, you know, shouldn't really be a problem since they're plastic anyway. And that's one of the big disappointments I have with this set, is that these aren't die casts. This definitely would have helped out with the support. So, you know, they cave in, unfortunately, because of how strong these ropes are, because they are very tight. So there we go. Here's the ropes with the turnbuckle pads, which say AEW on this one. Here's AEW again on this one. And the middle portion would have the TNT logo, which is beautiful. I love the way that they replicated that. Perfect. Alright, so we do have some tag team ropes here, which is something I didn't really think All Elite Wrestling actually uses in their company, but what you can do is go ahead and apply these, like so. Good clicking joints. Looking for the other tag rope. Oh yeah, it's this one. The one with the missing tab. So yeah, I have a manufacturing issue on one of my ring posts, so you know, it's something that I'm dealing with right now as I've contacted Ringside Collectibles, and then they led me to Wicked Cool Toys. Hopefully they'll get back in touch with me sometime this week, and I'll let you guys know in some follow-up video if you want to know. Anyway, yeah, you will notice I put plumber tape here on the support section that actually goes deep into this post here, just so this pole or post just won't move anymore because it's very loose. Next, we take the hooks with the bigger mouth, and we will go ahead and put these in here. Make sure I'm putting them in the right way here, not upside down. Oh, I was supposed to put the apron on before the ropes. Yeah. No, that can be corrected very easily. Why didn't I follow the instructions? Because I wasn't even looking at them. Just again, got overexcited about this. Just gotta readjust everything real quickly because the turnbuckle pads are kind of crooked. which is going to be a common problem when you have to reassemble this thing if you take it down. Move this back so you can see everything. The last step is the actual steps. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. There's the authentic full-scale All Elite Wrestling ring, all set and ready to go for your figures. And it's very much not a masterpiece. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but for what it is and for its asking price, yeah, it's really good. Unfortunately, reassembling this thing has caused a little bit of an issue here because the turnbuckle pads are crooked, and I don't know what I can do about fixing that at the moment. As you can see, they are caving in, but they're not really giving out. So the good thing is that broken post is not popping out because the plumber tape does hold it in place. So I do recommend using something to support the ring post if you have a problem with yours. I doubt you do, because your results are going to be different. It's just a little problem that I got with mine, and I don't think anybody else is going to experience that issue. But if you do, feel free to let me know down in the comment section of this video, so I know for sure I'm not alone in this. Anyway, there really isn't that much to explain here. It's a wrestling ring that's got the All Elite Wrestling logo. It says TNT, which is nice. We got TNT on the middle turnbuckle pads here, and the top and the bottom say AEW. They also have the printed All Elite Wrestling on it as well. It's not just the AEW logo. The ring steps look pretty good. They do separate if you want to recreate like some action that you would see on TV where one of the wrestlers would use it as a weapon and hit somebody in the face with it. There's an option. That's something. Other than that, I do have a little bit of some ironing I need to do, maybe to these ring skirts here, because the aprons really are a bit folded and they got a little bit of some crease here and they really don't lay flat. I'm sure, like I said, ironing will take care of that problem. The ropes, they do have quite the flex to them. They're pretty strong, they're not too loose. Like if I was to take a certain figure, let me bring in Cody Rhodes, just because, or Cody, because he can't use his last name in the company. He does have quite the bounce, which is good, which is what you expect. So there we go again, as you can see. One more time, straight up.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AEW Dynamite here on TNT. I'm your host, Jim Ross, alongside my commentating partner, Tony Schiavone. Thanks very much, Jim, but we're not here alone. Also at the booth, we have none other than Le Champion himself, Chris Jericho. Shut the front door, Schiavone. No one told you to speak as far as I know.
I'm sorry
Better
about
just sit
that,
there and
Jim.
look pretty.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe we should just go ahead and get to the match, Jim?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
better.
the idea that you came up with so far.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the night is a slobber knocker. We got a tag team match with the Young Bucks going up against Cody and a tag team partner of his choice, Kenny Omega. And of course, Brandy has to come ringside and support her lovely husband, like it's gonna make a difference anyway. I hope he gets his butt whooped. Well, Champ, I hate to interrupt you for a moment, but apparently this match is gonna be put on hold because we have a dinosaur in the capacity crowd. A dinosaur?
real, Tony?
Who brings a dinosaur to the wrestling ring? This isn't Jurassic Park, Schiavone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while security's taking care of what's happening on the outside of the ring, we're gonna go back to the stage. Oh, good God Almighty! It just bit off a security officer's hand. Oh my God, the Carnage Gym! I've never seen anything like it on TV. Now that is what you call a slobber knocker. Well, certainly some kind of slobbery match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm told we gotta take a quick commercial break, and while everything's trying to get back under control here at ringside, we're going to the picture-in-picture. Stay tuned. I think I just threw up in my mouth, Jim. Shut up, Schiavone!
Okay, so now that all that's taken care of, we can finally get to the exclusive Kenny Omega figure that comes with the ring. And it is a very nice figure. It's pretty much the Series 1 figure, just done with a new attire to give him his look from Fight for the Fallen. So he's got that nice snake energy glow on his pants here, which looks great. Right here it says K Omega, standing Kenny Omega, of course. And his knee pads, if you put them together, it makes the form of the Omega symbol, which is pretty cool. And then he's got these like grid patterns here, kind of circuitry looking, very cool. And then there's a look at his shoes. It's got some nice highlights of green and yellow, and all around it's a nice touch. It really looks good. One thing that doesn't look good on this figure, and I'm sorry to say this guys, is the spray that they did for the yellow in his hair here. I'm glad they put the highlights in finally, something that a lot of people complained about with the Series 1 figure, but it's not really that good of a job. Look at that. I mean, it's just like, that's all they did. Just go around one time in a circle and boom, done. I could have used a little bit of some black washing here to break up some of this solid yellow. Kind of ugly looking in my opinion, but of course you're going to look at the figure from the front, so it's not really going to bother you unless you look up close to his face, and then you will notice with my figure, your results will be different, but my figure has a problem with his eyes printing. Look at the way they printed his eyes here. You probably can't tell at first, but if you look much closer, look at the direction the eyes are in. They are above the sculpting of the actual eyes on the figure's head. So of course they sprayed it in the wrong place, or should I say they printed this in the wrong place. It's above his eyelids, and that is disturbing from up close. But far away you really can't see it. I mean, it's something that it's nitpicking, and yeah, results are going to be different. But you know, for what this is, it's an okay figure. It's Kenny Omega. I have no real complaints about it, just nitpicks. Overall, the job on it is pretty good. The articulation is pretty much one and the same, with the ball joint at the head and hinge joint at the neck, and your universal shoulder joints with the nice clicking ratchets. So yeah, there you go. You got your bicep swivel cut, and then you got your double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, hinge joint for in and outward movement, upper ball jointed torso. At the waist, you've got a ball joint as well, which also has this rubber piece for the stomach region, which is pretty cool. And then you got your ball jointed hips. You get this much kicking forward, that much going back. You can't pull off a full JCVD. Well, actually you can. So yeah, that's a full JCVD split. Never mind. And then you've got your thigh swivel cut, double jointed knees that are not hindered that much by the knee pads, which is nice. Got a swivel cut above the boot section, hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet, and then of course your lovely ankle rocker pivot. Quality-wise, the figure, he's got a lot to offer, but again, the accessories count, nah, not as good as the Series 1 figure because he doesn't have anything. They had a perfect opportunity here, and I'm talking about Wicked Cool Toys. They had a perfect opportunity to give Kenny Omega a proper color tone here, and they didn't really go with it. It's pretty much as marshmallow as the Series 1 figure. But the good news is about that is that you can still use the accessories from the Series 1 Kenny Omega figure with this one if you want. You want to give him the jacket? You can do that. You want to give him the pointing hands where he's doing his signature pose? You can do that because the skin colors do match. There's a pro in that con. So there you go. So there you have it, folks. That's my Spotlight review, attempt number 2 at the ringside exclusive authentic AEW scaled ring with the Kenny Omega action figure from his Fight for the Fallen design. If you have any questions or comments, you know to do, leave them down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until next time, my friends, this is your unprofessional toy reviewer, Rez Power, sign off saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.